Everybody take a deep breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Here we go again, everyone. What day is it? I will tell you in a moment for those who aren't very sure. Yes, it is another English Addict Live. Ooh. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I really hope so. Here we are then. We are all here together again. And yes, for all those English addicts out there who can't get enough of this beautiful language, hello to you. Guess what? It isn't Monday. And it isn't Friday. I'm very sorry about that. However, we are halfway there. It's Wednesday. Welcome one, welcome all. For those who have no idea what is happening at the moment, don't worry, nor do I. So here we go. It is live streaming across YouTube, and yes, I am here 3 times a week. Oh my goodness. There it is on the screen right now. You can catch me on Sunday, Wednesday and Friday, live on all of those days. Nothing is recorded unless I mention that it is recorded. However, most of what you see is live right now. In fact, we are live. So you can catch me on YouTube quite often on Sunday, Wednesday, that's today by the way, and also Friday as well. So I hope you are doing well. I've had some lovely messages come through on the email. If you want to get in touch with me, by the way, if you feel like getting in touch, here is how you do it. Yes, that is how you get in touch with us. And if you want to get in touch, you are more than welcome to do so. It isn't a problem, honestly. The reason why I am here is for you. So you can improve your English, especially if you are like me, an English addict. So sometimes being addicted to something can be a good thing, especially if it helps you to learn a new skill, such as learning English with me on YouTube. So we've had some lovely emails come through. Can I say hello to Sahal Osman, who lives in Somalia, who asks, what is the difference between never and ever? Well, when we say never, it means something that you do not do. It has never happened. So something that you have not taken part in. It has never happened. It has not occurred. So the word never is very hard not to use when we're talking about something that you did not do, or something that until this date you have not tried. So I have never smoked a cigarette in my life. So during my life, I personally have never smoked a cigarette. So that is something you have not taken part in. Never. Ever can also refer to an occurrence. Did you ever go to France? Yes, I did. And we will be taking a look at some of the sights of the beautiful city of Paris a little bit later on. So yes, I have been to France. I have been to Paris, in fact. So ever, it is asking about an occurrence. Do you ever listen to jazz? Have you ever been to London? So it is talking about an occurrence, something that has happened. You are asking if something has happened, if a person has done something ever. Has that thing happened? Have you taken part in that certain thing? So have you ever done it? Thank you, Sahal. Hello to Irene. Now, Irene is a performer. Last Sunday we were talking all about performing on the stage, and apparently Irene is a bit of a performer. And Irene plays the piano. Now, I would love to see you play the piano, Irene. So if you could send me a link or some way of having a look at you playing the piano, because I think you tried to send me a link, but I didn't receive it. I didn't receive the actual link. So if you could send that to me, Irene, I would be very fascinated to have a look at you tinkling on the old Joanna. When we say Joanna, we mean piano. It is actually Cockney rhyming slang. So, Irene, I must admit, of all the things that impresses me, of all the things that a person is capable of doing, I think playing the piano is one of the most impressive things there is. So I must admit, I am highly impressed with anyone who can play the piano. So if you can play the piano, can I just say you have my undying admiration? So Irene, I would very much like to have a look at you play the piano, or playing. If you are doing it, you are playing the piano. Hello, Arby. Hello, Arby. I have never been on your live chat, but I have seen some of your October lessons. You are the best English teacher. If someone wants to use your videos to learn English, he will need a certain English level. Well, I always think that my English lessons are suitable for anyone. So if you have an interest in English, then I always feel as if my video lessons will be helpful in some way, or some sort of help can actually be given to the person watching them. So I always like to think that my videos are useful to everyone. But I do agree with you. I'm sure many of the people who watch my video lessons are actually intermediate. They are at the level of intermediate understanding of English. So I do know where you're coming from. I do understand what you are saying there. Thank you very much. And I hope you have managed to join the live chat today. Hello, Mr. Duncan. I've never been on your live chat. Oh, I think I've just read that one. I've printed that one twice for some reason. I do apologise. Hello to Inigo. Inigo Gallo. Now, I remember your name from the early days of doing live streams. So I don't know why, but I feel that your name is very familiar. Hello, Inigo. I've been watching your YouTube videos for almost 3 years. I haven't watched all of them because my time is very limited. However, after watching today's video, I've finally taken my laptop and have started doing it. So it is always nice to hear from you. So thank you, Inigo. And I have a feeling that I've actually said hello to you in the distant past, many years ago. If you want to email me, well, you saw the email address earlier, and I will repeat it later on. We have the mystery idiom today because last Sunday I forgot to do it. So yes, I will do the mystery idiom coming a little bit later on. Also an excerpt from one of my full English lessons. We cannot forget the live chat. Hello to the live chatters right now. Hello to Not One Thing. Hello to you. I'm very fascinated by your name. Hello to you, and you are first on today's live chat. Congratulations. Wow, you are first. Hello also to Magilal, and also to Business New Win. Hello to you watching in Vietnam. I know I have a lot of people watching in Vietnam. Palmyra, Eric, Martha, Louis. Hello, Mr. Duncan, and everyone. Thank you for your company on this Wednesday. We are halfway through the week, and we are almost halfway through November. Just a few weeks to go before you know what. Now, one of the questions I want to ask today, and here is the question I am going to ask first of all, before we go any further, is it too early for Christmas? Is it too early for Christmas? Now, here in the UK, we have already started showing our television commercials. So lots of stores, lots of products being advertised on television at the moment to get people in the buying mood, because a lot of people are thinking of Christmas time. I know. I'm sorry for mentioning this. I know it's too early. I know from my point of view, I think it's a little bit too early. But what do you think? Is it too early to start talking about Christmas? So what do you think? Is it too early? Should we wait until maybe the first or second week of December? However, I suppose if you are selling things and if you have a business, I suppose you have to make sure that you get plenty of customers. So that might be the reason why. However, there are lots of TV commercials already advertising toys for the kids and also gifts for the adults as well. So what makes a good Christmas gift for an adult? Because when you buy a gift for a child, it's easy, isn't it? It's so easy to buy a gift for a child. However, when you buy a gift for an adult, it can be very difficult, whether it's their birthday or whether it's Christmas time. So what do you think? Is it too early? And do you think it's hard to buy a gift for an adult? Between you and me, I always find it very difficult. When I have to buy a gift for Mr. Steve, I can never think of what to get. Sometimes it's very hard to come up with a Christmas gift idea. Hello also to Luis Mendez. Guess what, Luis? We are going to France soon on the live chat and also the live stream. Yes, it's English Addict, and this is the new format. This is the new look of my live streams. So I hope you will join me every Sunday, Wednesday and Friday as well, 3 times a week. Hello to Beatrice. Hello to Zusika. Also David. Hello, David Enrico. Nice to see you here as well. So the big question is, hello Ferris Chen as well. The big question is it too early? Is it too early to start talking about Christmas? I think it might be too early to start talking about Christmas. Eric says Christmas is never too early for businesses. Yes, I suppose so. So if you are running a business, if you have to make your money at this time of year, Ahmed. Hello, Mr. Duncan. What is the common word for a person who spends money carelessly? Well, a spendthrift. So a person who can't stop spending money. They throw their money away. They seem to be made of money. They waste their money. They just fritter their money away. So some people can't resist spending money. I think so. Some people really can't resist spending their cash. Hello also to Palmyra. Mr. Duncan, do not mention Christmas. I am sick of it. I'm very sorry. I have a feeling that your feeling might not be out of line, to be honest with you. So thank you, Palmyra. Yes, it's the time of the year again. It is this time, or that certain time of year, when everyone starts thinking about what to buy for their friends and relatives for Christmas. For those who celebrate Christmas, I know not everyone celebrates Christmas, before you tell me. I do know. The years are going by too fast. I agree with you. This is something I've mentioned before. As you get older, you do notice that time goes by much faster. At least it feels as if it does. Whether it really does or not, I'm not sure. But yes, it does feel sometimes as if time goes by too quickly. Louis says, yes, it is too early for Christmas, especially when you think that it is also to prepare for the 2021 or 2020 Christmas. That goes too far. Well, a lot of people are already talking about next year. So many people are already talking about 2020 because next year it's the Olympic Games. That's another thing that seems to come around so quickly, even though it happens every 4 years. So already we have another Olympic Games on the way. So next year, the Olympic Games will be held in Tokyo, Japan. So next year, the Olympic Games will be in Tokyo next year. Irene. Oh, thank you, Irene. Irene, if you like classical music, you may click my name and you will see me at the piano. Oh, I see. So you have some videos on your YouTube channel. Okay, I will do that. Thank you, Guadalupe, also. In the place where I live, like a present, we can give an envelope with money or a card from a shopping mall. Thank you, Guadalupe. I think they have a similar thing in China as well. They call it Ang Pao, where they put money in a red envelope. Now, that normally happens at the Chinese New Year. During the Chinese New Year, money is often exchanged. I think it happens in many countries, in fact. So when you are an adult, I think quite often you will receive money or a gift voucher. So something that you can use to buy something later, at a later date. Beatrice, Mr. Duncan, I love Christmas, but maybe it's a little too early to speak about it. Well, in my local town, Much Wenlock, the Christmas tree has been put up. And last week, many towns and cities around the UK turned on their Christmas lights. So if you go to many cities and many towns now, you will see that many of them are now displaying their Christmas lights. They have actually switched them on. So, yes, it is a strange thing, isn't it? It is very strange. Belarusia says, my nephew moved to Madrid. It will be a very sad Christmas without him. He is only 22. Wow, such a young age to go travelling around the world. And he didn't find a job here in Buenos Aires. So your nephew has actually got a job in Madrid. Well, I want to say congratulations for him getting a job, but also maybe the sensation or the emotion is a little bittersweet. So you feel happy for him because he has a job, but also sad because he's moving away. So I can understand your feelings there, Belarusia. Hello to Florence. I think it's too early to speak about Christmas, but it is that time. It is that time of year. as Christmas approaches. So some of you think that it's too early, whilst others think that it isn't. Earlier this year, I took a trip. I took a trip to France with Mr. Steve because Mr. Steve was lucky enough to actually win a holiday in France from his company. Not only that, but also I was allowed to join him. So I felt very honoured, very pleased that I could do some travelling this year because I hadn't planned to go anywhere. So because of Mr. Steve and his lovely company, and also because Mr. Steve was working hard, we were able to go to France. And you can't have a trip to France without visiting the most romantic city in the world, Paris. So there it was, my trip to Paris early this year. And I hope you enjoyed that. Another clip from my trip to Paris coming a little bit later on. I thought it was nice to relive those moments because I had a great time. I had never been to Paris before. So I was very lucky, very fortunate that Mr. Steve had won a holiday to... Apparently, a lot of people say that Paris is the most romantic city in the world. However, some people also think that Rome is rather romantic as well. And maybe you have your own romantic place. Maybe there is a special place that you've been to, maybe with your husband or wife or lover. So... Palmyra says, thank you, Mr. Duncan, for sharing those views. You are very welcome. And if you get a chance to go to Paris, can I just say you are going to enjoy some wonderful food. I ate a lot of food. Helena, Mr. Duncan, are you going to Paris again or will you visit another town? Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to France again. Maybe, well, not this year. I know it isn't this year, but maybe next year. Who knows? Who knows? Today, we are talking about this particular subject. We are talking about speed. When we talk about speed, it is a generic term for the distance travelled and how fast that distance is travelled. So speed generally refers to distance and time, how fast you can do something, how fast you can travel, and also how fast you can carry out a certain chore or job. Speed. So that is what we are talking about today. And no, I'm not referring to the drug, before anyone says. Anzonic. Hello, Anzonic. I haven't seen you for a long time. Nice to see you back here, Anzonic. I was in Rome 1 month ago. I've never been to Rome. I will be honest with you. I've never been there. However, I would like to go to Rome and have a roam around. So if you roam around Rome, it means you walk around, you walk about. So you roam around Rome. Guadeloupe. I love the music that you choose for your videos. I spend a lot of time and a lot of my life listening to whole libraries of music. And sometimes I will choose certain types of music, something that catches my ear, something that makes me feel a little happy or maybe a little sad. So I always choose the music very carefully, and I'm a big fan of music. As you know, if you are regular, you will know that I am a very big fan of music. We have a mystery idiom. Would you like to see today's mystery idiom? Okay, here it is. So this is today's mystery idiom. It is something for you to look at, and all you have to do is say what you see. So take a look at the screen right now and say what you see. There it is, today's mystery idiom. But what is it? If you know what that mystery idiom is, it is a well-known phrase in the English language, and if you are feeling lucky, then you can have a guess at what it is. So the mystery idiom, that is today's mystery phrase. So what is it? It is now about to go off the screen. But don't worry, if you missed it, I will repeat it later on. Hello also to Maria. I want to see England, the most beautiful country in the world. Well, it is looking rather nice today outside. There it is right now. So that isn't a recording, that is the view right now out of my window. So you can see the sun is out. Many of the leaves on the trees have turned because autumn is definitely here now. And also another view. Again, you can see the wonderful vivid colours of the leaves on the trees, and also looking into the distance as well across the Shropshire landscape. Now here in the UK, things have been a little chaotic. Things have been a little treacherous as far as the weather is concerned. In the north of England, many small villages and towns are suffering from flooding. They have been flooded because we've had a lot of rain over the past few days here in the UK. So some of the northern towns and cities are actually suffering flooding at the moment. Lots of floods taking place. Fortunately for me, I'm very high up on a hill. So fortunately, my house will never be flooded. Never. Some people ask about my house. And some people say, Mr. Duncan, can you show us your house? We want to see all of your house. Well, my answer to that is, no, it's private. However, a lot of people ask, Mr. Duncan, is your house big or is your house small? I will tell you now that my house is not very big. The house I live in isn't a big house. It's not huge. It isn't a mansion. It isn't big. However, there is a lot of land around the side of the house. So the house itself is quite small, but it has quite a lot of land around it. I would never have a big house. Never. And the reason is because it's very high maintenance. So when we say high maintenance, we mean that it takes a lot of work, a lot of energy, and a lot of effort to take care of. So when we say high maintenance, we mean something takes a lot of energy and a lot of time and effort to take care of something. So a high maintenance house is one that you have to constantly look after. You always have to make repairs. There are always things that you have to look at and fix. So the reason why I would never have a big house, and this is something I've never dreamt of. Many people like to think that they will live in a really big house. However, I don't want to. I love this house. It's not very big, but it's very cozy, especially in the winter, because a big house is high maintenance. It takes too much work to look after. So that's the reason why. We are now going to take a look at one of my full English lessons. This is an excerpt from a full English lesson. And on my YouTube channel, there are many English lessons that I've been making here on YouTube for the past 13 years. And here is an excerpt of one of them. As you can see right now, it is very windy here. There is a gale blowing across England. What you are seeing now is the effect of what is left of a tropical hurricane. This is all that remains of the storm. We can describe this as the remnants, or all that remains of the hurricane. A few days ago, this storm was very powerful. It caused damage in places such as Bermuda. Now it is not as powerful. Having said that, the storm is still strong enough to bring down trees and loosen one or two roof tiles. Some might say that I'm taking a risk coming out here on such a stormy day. Let's hope that I don't get struck by a piece of flying debris or a falling tree. Oh no, my watch has stopped again. I had better wind it up. The word wind has more than one meaning. You can wind something up by turning and tightening it at the same time, such as the spring on a watch or clock. You wind the spring up. To gather something onto a round spool by turning it can be described as winding. You wind something on to something else. You can wind a hose pipe. You can wind wool into a ball. You can wind a person up. In this sense, you are doing something to annoy them. Then there is wind up. This noun describes a practical joke or prank designed to annoy someone. Another verbal use of wind is slowly end something. To close down a company or cease trading over a period of time is to wind up. To relax yourself by doing something pleasurable is to wind down. The past tense of wind is wound. Look at that, the writing on the wall. This figurative expression is used to state that something bad might happen soon. The fate of something is likely to happen. It is very apparent that this thing could occur. There is an indication that things could go wrong. The fall in profits is the writing on the wall for that company. In this sentence, we are saying that the company will go out of business if things do not get better. It may close. There is a chance that things might go wrong. It may be seen as foolish when told by all to ignore the hint and warning of the writing on the wall. Grammar covers many aspects of language use, including punctuation. When expressing yourself in writing, it is important to know where to punctuate and when to use the symbols that define it. One of the most confusing punctuation marks must be the inverted commas, otherwise known as quotation marks. There are two types of inverted comma, the single and the double. In British English, the single quotation mark is often used, while in American English, the double quotation mark is preferred. When quoting a well-known phrase or direct speech in a sentence in British English, we will normally use the single quotation. However, if the direct speech also includes a quote, then you will use the other quotation marks to define it from what is being said. If the direct speech uses single quotes, then the double ones will be used to show the quotes within. An example in British English would be, "Around here we always use the phrase 'no pain, no gain' as our motto." You will see that the direct speech has single quotes and the phrase discussed has double ones. In American English, this is reversed. You will notice in my subtitles that I use single inverted commas when I'm highlighting a word and double quotes when demonstrating direct speech. It is worth noting that you are free to use either of the quotation marks, as long as you stick with them all the way through the piece you are writing. The examples used here today are only a guide. Double quotes are fine for direct speech, or single ones, as long as you remain clear as to how they are being used. Happy writing, everyone! Here are my lovely walking boots. Do you like them? These boots have taken me all over the place, up hills and down into valleys, through woods and over dales and dells. By the way, a dell is a small dip in the ground, a small valley or hollow. Did you know that the word boot has many meanings? As a verb, boot means to kick something hard. It can also mean to throw someone out of a place or eject a person from a group. He was booted out of the chess club. If you put the boot in, then this means that you are kicking someone, normally while they are on the ground. To be given the boot means that you have lost your job. In computer terms, the word boot means to start up a computer. On a car, the boot is the opening at the back where items can be placed securely. In American English, the boot of a car is called the trunk. There it was, one of my full English lessons. Many lessons on my YouTube channel. Yes, there are. We are now back live on a Wednesday. English Addict, for all those out there who need their fix of all those lovely words and phrases in the English language. Talking of which, we have the mystery idiom, everyone. So there it is, the mystery idiom. What is it? It is a mystery idiom. We've had a couple of incorrect guesses, but no one has come up with the right answer at the moment. So what is it? Just say what you see. If you see it, say it. That's what I say. Definitely. So it's live and everyone is very busy. Is it too early for Christmas? Because already I noticed last week I was watching television and then suddenly all of those annoying Christmas commercials came on. And I don't know why, but this year most of the Christmas commercials for the big stores are not very good. It's almost as if they've put very little effort into them. So I must be honest with you. Sometimes I find Christmas commercials on television quite amusing. Sometimes they are very moving. They have a nice story. But this year they don't seem to be putting as much effort as they normally do. Hello, Christina. Hello also to Lewis. My son lives in Paris, but he has a house in Bretagne. Where is Bretagne? I'm quite intrigued to find out where that is. Hello, the mystery idiom. Please hurry up, Mr. Duncan. Oh no, is it hurry up? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Because the word hurry up is actually in the picture. So I wouldn't make it that easy, would I? I was not going to make it that easy, really. We are talking about speed today. How much speed do you have with your English learning? Are you learning English fast or quickly, or is it taking too long to learn English? So when we talk about speed, we are talking about the rate or the time and distance, how fast you can move from one place to another, and also the speed at which you are travelling. So let's have a look at some words that are related to speed, shall we? Okay. So another word that we can use instead of speed is velocity. Velocity. So when we talk about velocity, it is the force that's pushing you along. It is your movement. So quite often when we talk about velocity, we are talking about the speed at which something moves or the force that is put behind something. It's velocity. So maybe a rocket taking off to orbit the Earth needs high velocity. It has to have a lot of push to get it off the ground and into the sky. So when we talk about velocity, we are talking about speed. We are talking about the force that is needed to make something move. It's velocity. It's speed. So how to get something from one place to another? Sometimes it isn't easy. You need a lot of velocity. Another word that has a lot of meanings, by the way. Rate. Rate. So when we talk about rate, it can mean speed. It can mean the speed of increase or decrease. So when we talk about rate, it can refer to speed. It can refer to time. So maybe how fast you do something, the rate at which you do something. So maybe you work in a factory and you have to produce something on a machine. So we talk about a person's work rate. So how fast they do that job. So they might do it very slowly. So their rate will be low, or they work at a slow pace. But if they do the job very quickly, they work at a fast rate. A fast rate. So rate often refers to speed, how fast something occurs, or of course, quite often with the markets. When we are talking about shares, we often talk about the value of something. So the rate might be the value of a certain type of stock, or maybe the rate of a certain currency. Maybe you will compare the rates of different currencies. So rate can be used in more than one way. Here's another one. Maybe this is a new word, I don't know. Haste. Haste. When we talk about haste, it means to do something fast, do something quickly. You do something with a lot of energy, a lot of haste, a lot of speed. You do something fast. Haste. I like this. I like this. So you might hasten or hasten to do something. You want to do something quickly. Here's another one. Rapid. Oh, yes, I like this one. Rapid. When we talk about rapid, we are talking about something happening or something occurring quickly. Something happens very quickly. We are saying that it is rapid, quite often with movement. So something is travelling or moving, we can say that it is rapid. Maybe a river is flowing very quickly. We can describe the river as being very rapid. It is a rapid river. And also, when you get a very strong current on a river, we will often call it rapid or rapids. So this can actually describe the appearance of something as an adjective, but also it can also be used as a noun. So the rapids refer to a stream or river that is roaring with lots of energy. Rapid. To move fast. Here's another one. Maybe you are appearing on a game show or a quiz show, or maybe you are having to answer lots of questions very quickly. We will often say that the questions are being given to you quick fire. Quick fire. So when we talk about quick fire, we are saying in short succession. So maybe a person is asking you questions very quickly without any pause or any hesitation. So maybe a person is asking you questions. Where are you from? What do you do for a living? How old are you? What is your mother's name? These are quick fire questions. So maybe in a contest, if you are being asked lots of general knowledge questions, questions about your life or questions about any subject, and if they are being asked quickly, we can say that those questions are being asked quick fire, or we can say quick fire questions. So you have to answer the questions very quickly. Hello to Guadalupe again. Hello also Sweetness. Hello Sweetness Mitra. Nice to see you back again. Theo is here. Here in Greece we have a proverb about speed. Act quickly, think slowly. Yes, I think there is a similar one in English that we have as well, which I will mention a little bit later on. Maria. Hello to Maria. Nice to see you here, Maria. Daniela is here also. Eric says, what about swift? Yes, you can do something swiftly. So maybe you might see a bird that moves very quickly. You can say that it flies very swiftly. It has swift flight. And of course, there is actually a bird called a swift because it flies very quickly. It has a very fast speed of flight. Irene is here also. Guadeloupe. Louis. Bretagne is in the west of France. You can see it like the nose in the Atlantic Sea. Oh, I see. I know Brittany. Is it the same as Brittany, I wonder? Because my family comes from Brittany many years ago. So my distant relatives on my father's side actually came to England from Brittany. So actually, I'm part French. Ooh la la. Yes, definitely. So I am actually part French on my father's side. And my family originally came from Brittany. Hello also to Anna. And Pedro is here. Oh, hello, Pedro. I wonder what is the fastest animal in the wildlife or in the world. I think it's a cheetah. Is it? Is it the cheetah? I think it is. Or is it a leopard? I know they're both pretty fast animals when they run. So I think it might be. It might be. I want to say a cheetah. I'm sure someone is going to correct me. Mr. Duncan, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's not a cheetah. Niveen, I have an idea. Everyone tell us the meaning of his or her name in English. Well, I know the meaning of my name. The meaning of my name is brave warrior. So my name, Duncan, is actually a Scottish name. Is the mystery idiom bus slow bus as a way to describe a stupid person? Oh, I see. Now in the United States, they have yellow school buses that take the children to school. But also apparently there is also another type of bus which isn't very long. It's actually very short. And apparently that's normally used to take people with learning difficulties or people who have to have special education around. So, yes, I think sometimes it can be used in a very cruel way. So I'm not sure if that's a very nice expression, but some people in the United States will describe a person who they think is not very clever or smart of using the short bus. But I don't think that's very nice, to be honest. It isn't very kind. Anna Kobe, what is the difference between quickly, and fast? Well, you do something quick, you do something quickly, you do something fast. So be fast, be quick, do it quickly. So they all basically describe the same thing, which is doing something with haste. You do something with some speed. Talking of which, here are two words now that we can use as opposites. And once again, we are talking about speed. So something that is slow, when a person is moving, we can say they walk. And the opposite is run. So you can walk along the street, you can run along the street, you can walk to the shops, you can run to the shops. You can go slow or you can go fast. You can go slowly or you can go quickly. You can have a slow pace or you can have a fast pace. You can move slowly, move quickly. So these two things can be expressed in many different ways. Of course, when we talk about walk, we can also say, as in an expression, the walk of life, or the people you meet in all walks of life. So all areas of society we will often describe as walks of life. So people have different jobs, different lifestyles, different means, different amounts of money. So we all exist in different walks of life. And run. Now, run is something that can be used in many ways. For example, you can run by moving quickly, using your legs. You can run across the field. You can run to the shops. You can run after Mr. Duncan. I don't know why. Run also means to start something. So if you run something, it means you start it or you operate something, like a computer. So you can run a computer. You can run a computer program. It means you are making the thing work. You are making it operate. You are making it function. Run. You run something. Also, run can mean something that is moving slowly, normally liquid, paint. Something that is liquid, if it is slowly moving down a surface. Maybe you paint your door, but unfortunately you put too much paint on the door, so the paint will start to run. Unfortunately, you have put too much paint on the door, so the paint will start to run. Oh dear. You can also run out of something as well. If you run out of something, it means you have exhausted a certain supply. You run out of water. You run out of money. You run out of energy. So if you run out of something, it means the thing in question is no more. You have used it all up. Something can run down. Maybe you have a radio and you are listening to the radio, but unfortunately the batteries run out. They stop working because the power has gone. The power has run out. Hello to Maria again. Hello also to, hello to Tobagiga or Tobagiga. Hello, do you remember me at Blondie? I'm not sure. Is that message for me? Are you talking to me or someone else? I'm not sure. Yes, Pedro. Duncan means brave warrior. I'm not sure if I am a brave warrior. I haven't worked out yet whether that's true or not. Hello also to Rolfie again. For me, as a native speaker, the word walk sounds like wook without the letter L when you pronounce it. So walk, walk. Well, you don't actually pronounce the letter L. So the L is silent. So you don't say walk. You say walk. So it sounds like war. So if you are fighting, you have a war. So walk, walk. So you have K at the end. Walk. You walk to the shops. I was in Paris a few months ago. I had a lovely time, and I think it would be nice to have a look at some more views of Paris, and then I will be back with some more words and connections to speed, going fast, and travelling at a certain speed. And then, of course, we will have more chat on the live stream as well. However, right now, we are going for a sail down the River Seine. I hope you enjoyed that. Some clips, some views from my trip to Paris earlier this year, courtesy of Mr. Steve's company. Oh, how about that? Can't be bad. Not only that, but also Steve won another contest as well in his company. And then we went to Portugal. So I can't believe how many trips I've had this year, and I didn't pay for either of them. They were both free. So that's quite nice, really. Hello to Anna. Hello also to Rakesh. It is a beautiful place. Yes, I enjoyed Paris, even though there were quite a lot of people there, because when we went to Paris to visit, unfortunately, it was during the big public holiday when everyone is actually off from work. So unfortunately, Paris was very busy. As you may have seen in those clips that we watched earlier, there were a lot of people around. Hello also to Sweetness. Thank you very much. We are talking about speed and also how fast things can go. There are some very interesting words that we can use. We can use these words. So this one is for describing something that goes fast. And this one is for something that goes slow. So maybe something that moves quickly, we can say that it will zoom along. Zoom. I love that word. Zoom. To go at high speed. Something that moves quickly, we can say that it zooms. So something that will zoom will go very fast. And the opposite, we can use this word, dawdle. Dawdle. I love this word. You will hear this quite often in British English, and it means to move too slowly, or maybe you keep stopping and you are holding people up. So maybe you are with a group of people and they want to walk fast. Unfortunately, you don't want to walk quickly. You want to walk slowly and look at all the sights. So we can say that that person will dawdle. Dawdle. It's a great word. Zoom means to go quickly, go very fast. So you might say that a jet plane will zoom across the sky. Zoom. And something that goes slowly or keeps stopping and holding things up, we can say that they dawdle. Dawdle. Mr. Steve, quite often, dawdles. He really does. Two more words that can be used as opposites. We have fly. Now, fly, to go through the air at great speed, like a bird. So a bird will fly through the sky. And drag, which means to go slowly. So if something goes slowly, we can say that it drags. Time flies during my live lesson. When Mr. Duncan's lesson finishes, time drags. Fly, go quickly. Drag, go slowly. Fly, go fast. Drag, go slowly. Go slow. Something is going too slow. Something is going very quickly. This lesson has flown by. The next lesson will fly by. The next lesson will not drag. It will seem very interesting, hopefully. And you can catch my next lesson on Friday. I will be with you on Friday. Yes, Friday is when I'm back, 2 p.m. UK time. We will give the answer to the mystery idiom in a moment. If you want somebody to hurry up, if you want a person to hurry up, maybe you are walking with your friend. Unfortunately, they are not walking very quickly and you want them to go faster. You can say, get a move on. Hurry up. Get a move on, Mr. Duncan. Quickly. We are waiting. Get a move on. You want to do something quicker. You want something to happen faster. You will tell someone to get a move on. Hurry up. Here's an interesting expression that we use in English when we want someone to do something slowly and carefully. We might say, more haste, less speed. More haste, less speed. And this expression means to do something well, you have to take your time. If you do something too quickly, or if you rush, quite often you will make mistakes. More haste, less speed. I love that expression. Hello to Mariam. Mariam is watching in Egypt. Hello to you. Thanks for joining me today. I will be back with you on Friday. Don't forget. And if you want to get in touch, here are the details. So there we go. There is no excuse for not knowing where you can find me. I'm on Facebook, I have email, and if you want to make a donation as well to allow my work to continue forever and ever, because we do this all for free. For 13 years, I've been providing free English lessons for a very long time. Hello, Ismail. Sir, I am asking something. Please give me attention. Okay then. So what are you asking? What are you asking, Ismail, before I go? Here we go then. Here is the live mystery idiom. So, first of all, I will show you the picture. There it is. So all I asked you to do was to say what you see. Say what you see. Now, you can see that the person inside that vehicle wants the vehicle to go faster. And the answer to today's mystery idiom is... I hope you enjoy this. Slow coach. Ah, you see? So the mystery idiom is slow coach. Slow coach is a phrase that is used to describe a person who is not moving fast enough. To do something in a lazy or unproductive way might cause you to be described as a slow coach. Very interesting. So a slow coach is a person who moves too quickly or too slowly. You want them to move faster, but unfortunately they are going too slow. You describe them as a slow coach. Hurry up, slow coach. We haven't got all day. So there it was. Another mystery idiom coming on Friday. If you want someone to go faster, we can also say, hurry up, hurry up. Mr. Duncan, hurry up, hurry up. I need to go out. I have something else to do. Hurry up and end your lesson. Or maybe you want my lesson to continue for a very long time, in which case you might say, Mr. Duncan, slow down. Slow down, Mr. Duncan. We want your lesson to last forever. Hurry up, Mr. Duncan. I want to go. Slow down, Mr. Duncan. I'm enjoying this. Hello to Valentin. Slow bus was a very good approximation. Yes, you were very close. Very close, Valentin. Slow bus. So when we call someone a slow coach, we will actually say to that person that they are a slow coach. They are going too slowly. You want them to hurry up. If you are in a car, maybe you are with Mr. Steve, and Mr. Steve is driving along the road too slowly. He's driving like an old pensioner. So I will say, Mr. Steve, put your foot down. Put your foot down. If you put your foot down, it means you go faster in the car. So you put your foot on the accelerator. You put your foot down. You press your foot on the accelerator of the car, and then you will go quicker. The car will speed up. So we will often say, put your foot down. Come on, go faster, Mr. Steve. Put your foot down. We're late. If you want Mr. Steve to stop, maybe you think he's going too quickly, or maybe you see something in the road that the car might hit. You might say, hit the brakes. Mr. Steve, hit the brakes. There is a rabbit crossing the road. Hit the brakes. So if you hit the brakes, it means you put your foot on the brakes. You stop the car suddenly. You hit the brakes. Hit the brakes. Hello to Tabagiga again. I mean, hurry up is a text passage of a Blondie song. Oh, I see. So hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Yes, I think so. Yes. Blondie. I like Blondie. My name is Tuan from Vietnam. Hello, Tuan in Vietnam. Nice to see you here today. Thank you also to Christina says, Mr. Steve is a very careful person. Not always. Not always. Mr. Steve sometimes drives like a crazy thing. He really does. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Greetings from Peru. Here in Peru, the people say the driver must put the foot down. They just foot down. Oh, I see. So don't put your foot down. So here in the UK, we say put your foot down. Put your foot down on the accelerator. Speed up. And the opposite is hit the brakes. Hit the brakes. We might ask how fast something will happen or how slow it will occur. So how fast? How fast? How slow? How fast was Mr. Steve going? How slow was he walking? So how fast? And these are both questions that you will ask about the speed at which something or someone is moving. So how fast was he driving? How fast was he walking? How quickly? How slowly? How fast? How slow? So those would be asked as questions if you want to know the speed at which a person or a thing was moving. Guadalupe says Mr. Duncan's channel has hundreds of videos and topics of recorded videos of live streams where we talked about everything. Yes, well, I think now I have done maybe 900, maybe 1,000 live streams. So I've done many live streams. However, what you are watching now is my new series of live streams called English Addict. So this is now the new name for my videos, my channel, and also my live streams as well. I am from Pakistan, Mr. Duncan. I'm a big fan and I want to impress my friends at college. So what can I do for this? Well, how do you want to impress your friends? Do you mean with your English? Do you want to show your friends how good your English is? Well, how good it is now depends on how good it will be to your friends. So what about your English now? Do you think your English is good or not so good? Hello, Christina. Thank you for the lesson. Unfortunately, I have to go. Don't worry, I will be going soon as well. In a few moments, I will be leaving. When we talk about something that is going slowly or moving slowly, we can say that something is as slow as a snail, slug. So maybe if a person is walking slowly, we might say that that person is walking as slow as a snail. They are moving so slowly. It's almost like walking with a snail. And the opposite, faster than a speeding bullet. Oh, I like that one. Like Superman. Superman can fly through the sky faster than a speeding bullet. So when we say that something is moving quickly, we can say that it's faster than a speeding bullet. Faster than light. Although not many things are faster than light, to be honest. Thank you, Ismail. Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Yuchan. Hello, Yuchan Wei. Hello, I am Davey in the USA. I have a question. Slow and slowly. Well, something is slow. Something moves slowly. So you are describing the action as it happens. Something is slow. Maybe your internet speed is slow. If you are trying to access something, we can say that the website is opening slowly. So that is the actual action. So as the action takes place, it is happening slowly. However, in American English, you will often hear slow used to describe all of those different events. So in the UK, in British English, we often say slow, or the action is happening slowly. Slowly. So I hope that helps. I really do. Hi, sir. I'm in Pakistan and I just speak Urdu, not English. So I want to learn English to speak like you. Well, you have come to the right place. If you love English, if you want to learn English, if you are hungry, are you hungry for English? You are in the right place, because everyone here is an English addict, including me. I'm crazy about English. I really am. Hello also to Palmyra, who says bye-bye to the nice teacher. Yes, I'm going now. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. I want to leave you with something nice, because I don't often show you nature anymore. I used to show you a lot of nature. So here is a lovely bit of nature that I want to show you before I leave. Isn't that lovely? It is a friendly Highland cow. So this particular field is actually in Much Wenlock, and there are some lovely cattle in that particular field. And this particular type of cattle is called the Highland cattle. And normally they live in Scotland. However, there are some walking around in the fields here in Much Wenlock. So I couldn't resist showing that, because I don't know about you, but I love watching nature. I really do. I like it a lot, in fact. So that's what we'll end on today. Before we disappear, thank you very much. Hello, Beatrice. Thank you, Mr. Duncan, for this interesting lesson. Have a good day. I hope it's been interesting. I will be back on Friday. Here are the times. I'm with you on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, which means I will be back with you on Friday from 2 p.m. UK time. That is when I will be on next, for those who are wondering. Thank you, Louis. Thank you, Hi. Thank you, Ismail. I am going now. I will see you on Friday. Don't forget, the same time, 2 p.m. UK time. Thank you to Maria. What a cute animal. I think so. I love nature. If you have any pictures of nature, if you have any photographs of animals, or maybe your own pet that you have, you can always send the picture. You can always send something to me and say, this is my pet cat. This is my pet dog. This is my pet chicken. RHS says goodbye. Hiroko, Ismail, thank you very much. I'm a big fan and you remember me for more because there are many poor people watching. Thank you, Ismail, for that. Thank you also to Eric. Thank you to Anna and Giap. I am going now. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I will see you on Friday. Don't forget, because a lot of people keep asking, when are you on, Mr. Duncan? I can tell you again, I am on this Friday, 2 p.m. UK time. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English, saying thanks for following me today. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you very much for your lovely messages. Still lots of people sending messages right now. And I will see you on Friday. Once again, I will mention the time because many people forget. 2 p.m. UK time on Friday. And of course, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now.